Want to get this show ad-free? Head to dailytechnewsshow.com/subscribe to find out how.
The secret to steady business growth? Fast funding with AmeriFactors. If you're a business owner in need of capital for payroll, inventory, or expansion, you need AmeriFactors. Get the help you need even with less than perfect credit, including bankruptcies. AmeriFactors provides ready cash flow through accounts receivable management. Get tailored solutions. Call today for a free, no obligation, no impact to your credit score quote at 800-884-FUND. That's 800-884-3863 or visit AmeriFactors.com.
This episode is brought to you by Capital One. Capital One's tech team isn't just talking about multi-agentic AI, they already deployed one. It's called Chat Concierge, and it's simplifying car shopping. Using self-reflection and layered reasoning with live API checks, it doesn't just help buyers find a car they love. It helps schedule a test drive, get pre-approved for financing, and estimate trade-in value. Advanced, intuitive, and deployed. That's how they stack. That's technology at Capital One.
You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/acast.
This is the weekend edition of Daily Tech Headlines for the week ending Friday, October 3rd. I'm Sarah Lane. Let's catch up on a bit of breaking news and essential news over the past several days. Apple and Google have both pulled Red Dot, an app used to report ICE sightings, following Apple's earlier removal of the app ICE Block under pressure from the U.S. Department of Justice. Google said the apps endangered a vulnerable group and cited a recent violent incident involving ICE officials. The crackdown comes after authorities linked a September ICE facility shooting suspect to searches for tracking apps. OpenAI's Sora app for AI videos has struck a chord. Despite being invite-only and limited to users in the US and Canada, the app accumulated an estimated 164,000 installs within its first 2 days, surpassing other major AI app launches. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said the company will give rights holders more granular control over how their characters appear in its Sora app, shifting from an opt-out to a more opt-in model. Altman also said OpenAI is exploring a revenue-sharing system so rights holders can monetize user-generated videos featuring their IP. The changes come after some backlash over Sora's flood of recognizable characters, with lawsuits still possible despite the new rules. On Friday, Indonesia said it suspended TikTok's electronic systems registration because the company didn't provide all requested data concerning its live stream feature. While the suspension could potentially block access to TikTok for over 100 million Indonesian users, the application remained accessible on Friday. The ministry has not yet responded to requests for clarification. Meta plans to use user conversations with its AI chatbots, including those in Ray-Ban Meta glasses, to personalize advertisements on Instagram and Facebook beginning in mid-December. Meta's business model relies on advertising for about 98% of its revenue and depends heavily on user data. Despite announcing this policy change months in advance for transparency, Meta says users shouldn't be surprised and that users already expect AI interactions to be used for ad and content targeting. Venmo and PayPal will now let users send money to each other starting in November. This integration will let PayPal users find Venmo users using phone numbers or email addresses, with privacy settings available for Venmo users who wish to opt out. This change is part of PayPal World, a broader initiative to connect with other payment systems like Mercado Pago, NPCI International Payments Limited, and TenPay Global. Electronic Arts, known as EA, behind very popular franchises like Madden, FIFA, and The Sims, announced on Monday it will be acquired by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, or PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. The all-cash deal is worth approximately $55 billion, and shareholders of the company will receive $210 per share. NBC Universal and YouTube reached a new carriage agreement, preventing a blackout of NBC Universal channels on YouTube TV. The deal ensures long-term access to NBC Universal's networks for YouTube TV, provides full shows and clips for regular YouTube, and confirms the relaunch of NBC Sports Network. It also supports NBC Universal's Peacock strategy by launching on YouTube primetime channels and continuing on Google TV. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission has sued Sendit, an anonymous question app popular with Gen Z, for unlawfully collecting data from children under the age of 13, deceiving users about message origins, and tricking them into reoccurring memberships. TechCrunch previously reported Sendit's use of fake, provocative messages and a $9.99 diamond membership to reveal senders, often with false information. Apple asked a federal judge to dismiss a lawsuit filed by XAI and XCorp, both claiming Apple's partnership with OpenAI stifles AI competition. Apple's lawyers called the claims, quote, speculation on top of speculation, stating that their agreement with OpenAI is not exclusive, and they plan to partner with other AI chatbots. Elon Musk's companies have accused Apple of rigging App Store rankings against competing chatbots like Grok. For more analysis of the tech news of the day and the week, subscribe to dailytechnewsshow.com. You can find show notes and links to all these headlines there as well. I am Sarah Lane. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Banking with Capital One helps you keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. He'd also tell you that this podcast is his favorite podcast, too. Ah, really? Thanks, Capital One bank guy. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business. Regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.